You're now listening to Northview Royals.
Three, two, one.
Fucking cheers.
Yeah, I need to pour mine. Still.
Come on.
Well, Mrs. got me anniversary present.
Oh, hot damn.
Got the new desk, mate. I'm not doing it on a makeup table anymore. Also,
I'm still chewing through the old Glenfiddich, but it's still my thing. And I am still stuck in this little fucking cupboard study nook, but it's okay.
that's all right. You going to look at a house today? How'd that go?
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, liked it. That's the shit.
Because ideally, we'll have it set up. Like, I'll be setting up the studio there, which will be obviously a good thing. But I'll tell you fucking what, man. It is getting cold up in this bitch.
It was
I was walking down the street today and just fucking tripped over a penguin. Oh, fuck it. But like, nothing annoys me more. Like, I hate the cold.
I love the cold, bro. I love the cold.
Bros, nah. And nothing annoys me more than the cold than the people that come along with the cold that are like, oh, fuck, bro, why you got a jumper on? Well, of course, cunt. It just dropped fucking 12 degrees overnight. Oh, come on, man. It's not even cold.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not even that cold.
Like I don't need you to tell me my body temperature. Okay, so you just stay in your lane over there. But yeah, it was definitely. I think it was. Fuck, I don't know. It was definitely like 12 or 14 this morning when I got up to go and do that fucking challenge. So.
We'll get into that. But wait, how that party you went to the other night? What was that for? Who was that for?
Oh my god! One of the bros. I guess he, in some sort of sense, prior to all the COVID and stuff like that, he's somewhat of my coach.
Yep.
But yeah, absolute legend of a bloke. And obviously, because there's restrictions, you could only have it's like 5 visitors plus the people in the house or something like that.
Yep.
So yeah, we couldn't get to Burning Man this year, so we thought, fuck it, let's bring Burning Man here.
So is that the theme? It was Burning Man theme.
It was
Okay.
it was Burning Man themed. So obviously, like I don't know how many of the pictures you saw, but obviously I went as like the Indian war chief. But
Yeah.
the other
That's
boys went,
what I wanted to get into. That you sent us boys a really good photo of, in probably about the middle of the night of where you're sitting at. Now I want to get your thoughts from your recollection in your head. Do you think you were still Indian warlord chief, or do you think you were festival slut, put a finger up my tuna canoe with the headdress on?
Ooh, I mean, there was definitely a turning point in the night. Maybe the picture was a turning point. I don't know. Like that's the reality of it. But
It's a good fucking picture.
It all started off as fun and games, and then then there's always that one guy. No, I think I was pretty good. I think I was one of the better ones on field for the night.
And as per tradition, you were gone for the next day.
Oh, next day, I'm only coming good now. But yeah, man.
What was your dirty feed? What would you go to get the body feeling good again?
What did I eat? I can't even.
Or you fucking Uber eat something, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It was like loaded fries and like a fucking.
What about we got Uber Eats in Mackay, but like where they
What?
but wait, where they go to stops at the start of Slade Point, so it's like.
Yeah, that's because I don't want to get fucking carjacked while they're dropping food off.
Yeah, but I mean, man, I want some food too.
But yeah, man, it's fucking great. It's coming into that penis splint season, when it's a little bit too fucking cold at night time. You got to chuck the old fucking.
Oh yeah, man. That's how you end up doing like the old shoulder, just throwing it with the old sweaty spaghetti.
That's the thing. All the kids be like, I don't know what that is. Oh, you know what that is.
Yeah, know exactly what that is.
After them big days at the festival, all the kids go and take when they go and do a drug, go and take their marijuana capsules or whatever the fuck they're taking, and then go home and it's all like the
Yeah, that's exactly.
like the sweaty spaghetti just bending on the hole. You just got to chuck that 2-finger stint to keep that bad boy straight.
Throw a rubber band on it, you'll be right. Like a filthy MacGyver.
We pioneered that shit. That's the reality. Is
Whoa,
that we
whoa, whoa,
pioneered
whoa,
that
hey.
shit.
Come on, man. I've been all right.
What else has been going on? Did you see? I actually the headline has been taken over by coronavirus by that fucking legend on the Gold Coast that jumped in.
Oh, for the
to-
whale.
to say that, and then they're trying to fine him like 26 grand.
Did you see? Well, I was watching the interview, and it sort of looked like they'd obviously given him such a real light fine because they've gone, you're going to get interviewed. Do not say how much we've given you a fine, and also don't talk shit on it, and we'll leave it at that. And it's like, like $100 or something, or they just waived it. But can you imagine if it was like a 20 grand fine? Man, Carl Stefanovic would be fucking, I got you, son.
I think I saw the outcome was that they didn't fine him, but because they had already started a GoFundMe page, he then donated all the GoFundMe money to Sea Shepherd or something like
I thought
that.
you were about to say SeaWorld. I was like, God,
Yeah,
bro.
that too. Get that volcano ride back up and running.
That's it.
But I feel like all the talk about coronavirus and stuff's dying off. The only thing I'm gonna miss is watching fucking Donald Trump's interviews with his outstanding answers that he gives. I saw one pop up the other day, and some reporter was like asking about the testing success, about how he had made a comment that the success of the testing in America had gone really, really well. She happened to be Asian, the girl asking the question, and she goes, "Oh, how can you say that the testing has been so successful when there's still people dying?" And old Trumpy has just gone, "Yeah, so there's still people dying and losing their lives all around the world, but maybe that's a question you could ask China." And everyone's just like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
It was fucking outstanding.
Yeah, it's good value, man.
Fucking rest in peace to all the shops and restaurants that haven't made it out the other side.
Yeah, that's the saddest one, man. That's gonna be fucked.
What do you reckon? Like all time sad, not coronavirus, but all time saddest shutdown of like a restaurant or a shop.
Oh, that's easy, man. I've got that. The Pizza Hut in Mackay.
I fucking had that. I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, fucking, like, there's only like one or two dine-in Pizza Huts left in Australia or something. Like filthy fucking places, man. Like people go into the toilet and come out and rub their fucking poo hands all over the food and shit. But man, that was a revolution. You can't even say Sizzler. Because half the other Sizzler restaurants had already gone into liquidation in Australia by the time Mackay actually got
Yeah,
one.
that's it. It was a drowning boat already. It was fucked.
Yeah.
But
Is that, mate? We were a decade behind the time, but it did not deter us.
no, fuck
I
no.
was
That was
all up in that.
That was the shit, man. Do you remember that? The soft serve machine had fucking marshmallows and jelly and fucking everything.
Man, Sizzler had that shit locked in because everyone would roll in and be like, "Oh, how good's the cheese bread, like the cheese toast?" That was a strategy, you fucking idiots. It's all you can eat buffet for minimal price. Obviously, before they put all their prices up, the bread is a trap.
It's a trap. You fill up.
You eat the bread and you fill up, so you eat less. It costs them less money. It's fucking cheap.
So, cost per unit, it's all fine. Bread up as usual.
Crazy, but crazy. So what are we doing first? We got a bit to talk about. I'm excited.
I'll tell you some shit about my family just while I was out at work. Some good shit. Last day of work, I get a message from my wife. Young fellas grabbed me engagement ring and wedding band. Can't find it.
Oh no.
Oh, okay, right, yep.
Oh well, I guess that means I'm a free man.
And yeah, so it took all day, and then she finally found it next to the toilet. I don't know if he'd thrown them,
Oh my god.
but they were next to the toilet. And she was like, and it's our wedding anniversary next week. And she's like, oh, that was close. I said, oh no, you were nearly buying yourself a new fucking ring, because I ain't doing it again.
Man,
She sent me the photo, and they were like sitting on the ground next to the toilet. I was like, that's a close one.
I'm playing that every day of the week. What?
Yeah.
There's no ring. Boys,
Yeah.
no.
all right. What else? My young fella's starting to listen to rap and talk to girls, which is a new revelation. So I've got him on a bit of.
Wait, the young one?
No, the oldest. Yeah. The youngest one's on rap now. Yep. So he's been listening to a bit of MGK, and I was like, oh, what about this, mate? And showed him. Remember Drake, Forever? And it's got like Lil Wayne, Kanye West, Eminem. I was like, yeah, that's the shit. But yeah, he's definitely starting to talk to girl. I picked him up from school and he was chatting up some girl. I'm like, oh, all right.
Hey, Dad, smell my finger.
And then
but there's a little slide again, like, oh yeah, give me some.
yeah. And then my youngest one is now so into dirt bikes, it's not funny that now we just spend hours watching YouTube fucking Supercross just because he likes motorbikes. So that's cool.
Yeah. It's a rough pastime, man.
Yeah.
It's a rough pastime. I remember the fucking hell on earth I went through when I owned a dirt bike, man. It was fucked. And then I think, I don't know, the guy I bought it off was like some fucking bootleg mechanic. this thing was fucking off its head, man, but it just used to foul the plugs all the time.
Was that your 125?
Yeah, before they cut off
with all the Metal Militia fucking sticker kit.
Fucking Metal Militia. Before they cut off the road to the breakwater.
Yep.
We used to be able to go and ride through the dunes up there.
Yep.
And now I was fucking deep in the dunes. Like I may as well have been in the middle of the Sahara. And the old spark plug got fouled. I had to fucking push this cunt through sand dunes like a kilometre.
Yep.
And like you would remember, I wasn't exactly the most sturdily built young fella. Like this was probably when I was weighing like 47 kilos ringing wet. The bike probably weighed triple my weight.
Oh, so you're 21. Cool.
Yeah. Time has been good.
Yeah. I went play golf the other day too with him, mate.
I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to call it playing golf,
I do not. I do not. I probably want to rephrase that. I managed to keep some balls, which was nice. I lost a lot in the water, which was also good.
Also a
great chipping game. I've got a great chipping game. Cannot seem to fucking keep the cunt straight though.
Yeah. Also a very expensive pastime if you're not that good at it. Golf balls, tees, and shit. That they rack up. They rack up in cost.
100%.
What are we attacking? Are we gonna cover off this challenge stuff?
Let's do it, man.
I'm a little bit excited.
All right.
I'm not going to say skeptical about the idea at first, but I thought it might have been a bit clunky. But
Yep.
I definitely enjoyed myself.
You
and
did?
I'm interested to see what you've tossed up.
Yep.
So obviously recap before we jump into it. I challenged Damon to build a kite out of things around the house, and had 10 minutes to get it airborne for 30.
5 minutes.
5 minutes to get it airborne, but for 30 seconds of continuous flight. And then Damon challenged me to kick a conversion from the right-hand touchline, 10 attempts to get it in. So we both went down this morning. Like I said, it was fucking freezing, man. I kicked my toe on an icicle trying to fucking...
Your missus put up a video of you just having a couple of, like warm-ups from in front. It looked, I tell you what, I'm keen to watch. It looked good.
You know, like... When like I said, like I haven't done that shit in fucking years, man. And when I hit the first one, I was like, "Fucking, we are on here."
Oh man, I'll probably need 2 or 3 just to get it. It'll be fine.
Yeah. But I absolutely I'm carrying an injury. So regardless of what the outcome is,
You had fun.
Whether I won or lost the challenge, I've definitely lost in the long run. I picked up a quad injury.
All right, I'm gonna watch yours first, and then you can.
All
right, here we go. This is Cam's challenge.
Morning guys, Cam from Northview Royals, just down here at the local footy club. It's about 2 degrees this morning, so I'm going to try real hard not to blow my ass out. If you've seen the challenge,
What boots do you use, yours or?
kick a conversion
Yeah,
from
Vapors.
the sideline.
Oh, of
Obviously
course.
I'm right footed, so it's on the right sideline to make it a little bit harder. Thanks Damon. I've had a couple warm-ups, but not from out here, only in front, just so I don't fucked myself up. I think I've already tweaked the quad, but let's see how we go.
You've started well. You haven't kicked the
Number
ball yet. Here we go. Yep. Okay. 1, 2, 3. What was your thing? 3 and 2 across.
4 and 1.
Oh, I know.
Legs. It's not the angle.
Yeah.
Feeling good.
Okay, I see what you're doing though. It's just straight. It's
Just wanna
straight like the
remind
like a
Yeah.
punt.
That I
You
have
just
never in my life kicked a conversion from the sideline. I probably haven't kicked the ball with force for probably 8 years. So I think I'm doing pretty good.
Are they going? It's a little bit hard to see it. Are they going past the post or?
A couple get past, a couple sort of drop on the line.
Oh!
Had the right line, about 1.5 meters short.
That's fucking
Probably should have had a
quality.
couple more wheat bix this morning.
This is almost the Mal Meninga style. Like you're not quite toe poking. Oh, okay. Now they're getting progressively worse. Oh, it's slow mode. This is gonna be it. Oh no! Is it posting? It's posted. Oh, it's just shy. And the defeat in the walk.
That was the tipping
Oh, the
point.
one went way wide. Look at the anger in the body. The body language just says it all.
That one wasn't very good. Frustration's really playing a part here.
Oh. Oh yeah, this house went up to 10. Oh, and he sprayed it. Look at the walk off. Oh, well done, man. That's fucking awesome, though.
Challenge number 1. 10 attempts, conversion from the right touch line. Surprised myself, but
Fuck, bro. Half a meter. Half a meter, man. Nice. No, man. Well done. That was fucking sick to watch.
Man, and it's one of those things where, like, to be honest, like when you gave it to me, I was like, "Fuck, I'm not even going to get in the ballpark of this."
Yeah.
And then, because attempt 1, that was the first one that I kicked from that spot.
Yep.
And when I got hold of it, I was just like, "Oh fuck, we are on here." But see, that was the problem. I started thinking about how I was going to celebrate in my head.
Yeah, you
then-
got too cocky. That's
And then see six,
the age-old tale. Too cocky.
like 6 was fucking close. 7 was when the real tweak came in the leg, and
Yep.
that's where you can see 8, 9, and 10 are just fucking get this cut out of here. Rightio, let's have a look at yours, eh?
Go for it, mate.
How do you think you're going to go with your kite, Dad?
Well, I've checked the weather report, mate. There's a little bit of wind. We have got the added precipitation in the air, which is
Precipitation.
ideal. But yeah, we're gonna go, mate. Like, it's gonna be tough. First half, we're just gonna really lay down the foundation, and then maybe in the second half we'll come through with the win, eh?
Hey, Dad,
Yeah, mate.
I think your kite's going to be so shit.
Okay, well, that's one person's interpretation. Was looking for a little bit more, uplifting, as in terms of uplifting me and uplifting the kite, but hey, it is what it is, I guess.
Oh, how about the weather? Fucking hell. That is a quality.
Yeah, as you can imagine, I was banking on the weather being, helping me, but it really made it hard with what you had in the house. Like,
What was the how long did you last? Was that 5 minutes in fast forward?
yeah, we had to cut a fair bit of that out because it was just the same thing of it falling to the fucking ground. Yeah, but yeah, we used the time and just the wind wasn't as strong as I thought it would be, but even then, just I think the cross arm it's just too heavy. I just couldn't find anything. You know, like if you can go buy a bit of plastic or something, I probably would have been all right. But I found this like bit of like sort of like graphite sort of pole, and I just cut that. I was like, oh yeah, let's see how we go. And then just the weight distribution, brother. She just didn't want to fly.
So you went conventional, right? Like the cross arm and sort of like the diamond shaped kite.
Diamond shaped kite, yeah. Even fold a little bit out so the two arms went in a bit better. Got a bit DIY.
Holy fuck!
Yeah. Another thing, man. I want to question. I was doing that. And I thought, that's pretty handy. And then, when's the last time you did something where you were like, oh yeah, that's some man shit. Like that's me doing some man shit. Because last night, me gas went out. And the missus, she wants to have have a hot shower. She's like, "You change the gas bottle." I was like, yeah, right, cool. Go out there and I change the little gas bottle over. In the fucking rain with my phone as the light. I've got the shifter going, and I'm like thinking out. I'm like, yeah, this is some man shit. No one else in this family's gonna do it. This is some man shit. And the minute I fucking thought that, I slipped with the shifter and hit myself square into the wrist bone. And the fucking grade 4 carry-on that happened in my backyard, dead set. The fucking neighbours would have nearly called fucking the police. I was swearing that fucking much, man. When's the last time you did some man shit?
I'm going to say, and it's funny, maybe this just shows the type of men we've grown into, because I think it was only a couple of weeks ago that the old oil light comes on in the car in Black Betty. She needs a bit of oil. So obviously rolling the super cheap. You need some help, sir? Fuck off. I know exactly.
The oil.
I know exactly what I'm looking for. And then you stand there for ages with the two bottles.
Do I want the $22 or the $24?
Nah, so like I've done it heaps before, and so obviously like pulled up, and I park in an underground car park. So I popped the bonnet and stuff. As soon as you pop the bonnet, you're just like, yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Man shit.
I found the bonnet pull. And I didn't even realise, but there happened to be some people getting into a car near me. And I was like, yeah, fuck, I've done this a million times before. But I was in a hurry, so completely blanked on the fact that I had just driven the car.
Yep.
So it was just like, get the funnel and the oil, and fucking dog.
You fucking got me this time.
Oh, it's a good burn. But yeah, so like definitely the old oil change. Like nothing makes bitches more slippery than watching a bloke fuck around with his car.
I've seen this. This thing where this lad has he grew up with no dad, so he started up a YouTube channel where he does just general manly shit that you'd ask your dad how to change oil, how to clean out the plug, how to fucking mow the yard, and he's just made a YouTube channel for kids who don't have a dad. And they can just watch his videos.
Oh, wow.
He's had it for a month and it's got 1 million subscribers. A month, man.
Fuck,
and I was like, look at that. I was like, man, I've got 2 fucking dads. I'm like, what a great lad.
Yeah. Mate, but see, he's probably.
Let me rephrase that. 2 dads, separate relationships.
not like that homoerotic style shit.
Which is still fine.
That's good. But see, like, the reality is that if you do anything with he probably wings it through half those videos. But if you do anything with confidence, people
100%.
People will believe what you're doing. So I'll be much. I don't know if
man, if you made that conversion, and you cut all the rest of it out, I'd be like, oh yeah, he just kicks conversions for fun, like.
Yeah. But I don't know if you've seen him, but there's that lad floating around that's been doing like the recipes from home, like instead of the jar sauce and shit.
Yep.
Like little things like that, man. That's fucking like. I'm assuming that he must be the chef or something. Like he obviously knows what he's doing, but little things like that where obviously it's funny.
Yep.
But he's getting millions of views. Imagine how many people are at home actually learning how to cook basic shit with real ingredients.
Is that? And that's what I reckon.
Yeah, that's
man.
it.
He's got some good fucking videos, man.
Yeah, well, see, I've watched his stuff for a while, like prior to the recipe stuff. But see, he's really making society better, and I'm out here trying to kick fucking conversions from the sideline.
Yeah, trying to make me better inside.
I definitely tried to watch a YouTube video as well.
I won't lie.
Shout Shout out Quade Cooper.
Oh fuck yeah, he's
I tried to do everything he taught me. I'm sorry.
yeah. What do you want to go into this new segment that we thought of?
Yeah, I'm interested to see what you got.
Okay, so it's the next one is sort of like,
Oh, wait. Do we have to give each other the new challenge for next week?
yes we do. Hit it. You can go first because I went first.
Rightio. So I'm hoping that you haven't had an idea of this during the week because you sort of said that you had one, but obviously you touched on it before. I saw you playing golf the other day.
Okay.
So my thought would be, I'd imagine the golf courses up there are relatively quiet, say like when you went. My challenge to you is to hit a par.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
But I'm not like, you don't have to play 18 holes. Pick a hole.
Yep.
It can be a par 3,
Yep.
and maybe tee off 5 times.
Yep.
And see if you can get one of them in 3 shots.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So pick a par 3 potentially and play the hole 5 times.
Yep.
And you gotta hit a par. I just figured like a par 5 might be a little bit fucking time consuming and rough, but we'll start with a par 3. So hit a par on a par 3 and you get 5 attempts at it.
That's not bad. Okay, cool. My one for you is nothing to do with golf. You
but it does involve balls and a stick.
you really threw me for a loop with that kite, man. I've definitely enjoyed myself. So I kind of went down that route. But I know, we're not trying to up the ante, but I mean, life's dangerous a little bit. So I've decided for you, yours is going to be a craft one this week as well, or this fortnight. So you've got 2 weeks to make it. You can do it all on the last day, or you can spend the 2 weeks to do it. I want you to make a T-shirt, and then I want you to take a photo, put it on your Instagram story of you wearing it at a cafe.
You're a cunt, because I had that many ideas where I was gonna fucking I was gonna up the ante, and I was like, no, we've started off easy. Let's just take it slow. We're both mates here.
I didn't say on you leave it on the wall because that's gonna stay there. I mean, the story's gone within a day. That's being nice, but I want to see you having a coffee at somewhere in this shitty T-shirt. You can pick any material you want. That I'm assuming you guys have got Spotlight down there still.
I'm not even concerned about the making of the shirt. My brain has gone straight to the design and what I'm going to put on the shirt. Mate, that's very, very interesting.
I thought so too, mate. I thought so too. All right.
Fucking hell.
All right, question time. So the new thing we're going to do is we're just going to have a question. One will ask it one week and then the other one the next week. But we both have answers. So my question for you is, what is your best and worst music gig you've been to or part of, whatever you want? But your best and worst music gig. Just to learn a bit more about your music taste or what you've been to in your life.
So potentially like the biggest disappointment of
Yep.
a live band?
Yep.
Oh,
Or it could be you were gonna go see someone and it fell through or something. That's it. It's just it's open to what you think. But
so my brain just went straight to something, so I'm assuming that I'll run with this, and I don't know why. In regards to watching someone.
Yep.
As soon as you said it, this popped into my head, so it's got to be my answer. Was the red jumpsuit apparatus at Soundwave. I'm not sure how many years ago it was. It was maybe 8, 7 now. But I don't know, and not running at them specifically. I don't know if it was the sound guy or something like that. But it was horrific. Like, it was really bad. And similar, probably. Sounds like I'm throwing shade on Soundwave, but it's actually like my favourite festival of all time. But there was a time that Bullet for My Valentine were playing, and they mixed up the inputs and outputs, and they actually had the click track playing out of the front of house for the whole first song.
Oh.
So you could obviously hear the drummer
Yep.
and the click track,
Yep.
but no vocals, no guitars for the whole first song.
Wow.
And that was embarrassing.
Yeah.
That was best as well.
Yep.
It depends. Yeah, I don't know. Different genres are different. I'd
Yeah,
say
just your best, man. It doesn't have to be heavy or anything. Just your best.
I saw actually 30 Seconds to Mars.
Yes.
Also at Soundwave.
Yep.
Incredible. Like, obviously, I've seen bands like Slipknot and all that sort of stuff, and their stage shows are on a whole different level.
Yep.
But their 30 Seconds to Mars in their prime was unbelievable. And I saw it not like very personal, but a lot smaller. I watched Machine Gun Kelly play at the Tivoli.
Yep.
And that was insane. It was on like a Wednesday night or something, only like a year or two ago.
Yep.
And that was it was obviously he's known as a rapper. It was like a rock show. It was
Yeah, right. Yeah,
You know,
he was
it
a
was a
live
sh-
band, and yeah, yep.
Yeah, it was a shock, man, and they did it really well. But probably to chuck in the best as well would be, obviously we shot the film clip there, was when we went home and played River Sessions.
Yep.
And shot the film clip. That was surreal.
Yep.
Absolutely surreal. We drained the other stages. They needed to bring extra security because people were crashing the stage and stuff, and we just happened to be shooting a film clip on the day. That was one of those moments where Mackay still felt like home. You know what I mean?
Yep. So that was definitely one of my favourite that we played. Another one of my favourites that we played was we were pretty young, and it was our first gig where we got to fly down to Brizzy, and we played in Bayside, if you remember it, and at the soccer club or something like Wanderers Soccer Club, wherever the fuck it was, and we got there early and we set up and we just started drinking, and all these bands played, and it was so much bigger than I thought, and got to the point where one of our friends got so drunk that he couldn't really get up to play on stage, and his pants fell down a bit. His sister had to come up and lift his pants up. We turned his bass off. We turned his vocals off. I was doing screams. I've never been able to scream in my life. And he looks over and I'm screaming, and he just smiles at me like, yeah, I've still got it, I'm killing it. And then later on in the night, someone's saying something to him, and he's just screaming in his face saying, "Oh, fuck your mother." And that was 100% one of my favourite gigs ever.
I could be wrong, but we were 16, weren't we?
Yeah,
16 or 17.
We were definitely,
like,
16.
I don't want to throw the establishment in the shitter, but yeah, they were definitely serving us well underage because they knew that we were
simpler times, brother. Simpler times.
Yeah, because we were down there for the show. Yeah, we were fucking fuck-eyed by about 3 in the afternoon.
All right, and my worst gig I've been to, it's actually a fucking. It was a great moment to have, but it's just not something that I was interested in. But it was more about spending time with the person that I went with. So I get a phone call from our mate Dylan when we're living in Brizzy. He says, "I've got 2 tickets. Do you want to come watch fucking Big Sean?" And I'm like, okay, yeah. And he goes, "Yeah, it's at Mystique." And I was like, okay, cool, righto. Anyway, we go there, and I only knew Big Sean, that one song, that "I Don't Fuck With You." That's the only song I know about Big Sean. That's it.
Was Big Sean used to be with Ariana?
He didn't
he? So she's the best thing he ever did.
Yeah, 100%. So we get there, and when I say that we are the only 2 white people in this place, we are the only 2 white people.
Like, not even security or the bartenders?
No one. Anyway, and Dylan decides that we need to muscle our way to the front of stage so we can watch. And now we're watching. Big Sean comes out, and he's going through his set list, and he sounded great. Like, it was cool. I just didn't know any of his songs. And at one point, Big Sean comes over to us, and Dylan puts his hand out, like, yeah, and Big Sean goes boom and high fives him, and he turns so fucking fast to look at me and goes, "Did you get it?" And I said, "Huh?" He goes, "Did you get the photo?" I was like, "I didn't know I was meant to take a fucking photo." He goes, "Oh, for fuck's sake, man, be ready next time." I was like, okay, righto. Couple of songs later, Big Sean comes back over again. Boom, happens again. too quick for anybody to think it's gonna happen. Like, it's like a general, like, oh, hey man, what's up? Boom. Did you get it? I'm like, for fuck's sake, man, I'm sorry. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. And then,
So what happened was Dill was in the front row, and you were standing behind him like his hype guy with the camera ready to go. Like,
he's like, he wanted me to be fucking filming a rap video for him. So that was the worst gig, but it was the best moment, like, to spend with him. Best gig I've been to was actually, I went and seen Coldplay at Suncorp. And yeah, so it was right when they were doing that that Viva La Vida tour. And it was all the colours and shit. So as you went in, you get a wristband that had like a, you know, like Coldplay or whatever, and this little buzzer thing on it. And I was like, oh yeah, cool, righto. At one part in the song, everything goes black in Suncorp. And it's that dun 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 dun, and it is like a fucking neon fucking thing in sync to the music and everything. And you just look around Suncorp, you're like, holy fuck. The best part about it was, I went with an ex-girlfriend's like best mate's boyfriend, who we were kind of like, you know, we were friendly with each other, and he was like, I had no one else to want like to go with, so he came, and as we get there, he's just like, oh, how do you reckon Coldplay? I was like, yeah, pretty good. He goes, hope so. I've just dropped 2 dingers. And I know.
so again, you were the hype guy.
I remember fucking this music dropped and this light start going, and I just turned and looked at him, and he is just. He's like, I'm a Coldplay fan now, bro. So they're my
drugs.
That's my best one.
See them damn kids taking them drugs and shit.
Them D-rugs.
Them D-rugs. I liked it. So what, next episode I got to hit you with a banger.
Yep.
I liked it. I actually really liked it. We just gotta I feel like we gotta chuck some titles on these things so we can reference them so people know what's coming up.
Yeah.
So like ye old, they know that we're going to be talking shit about words in the dictionary, for example, pretending like we know what's happening.
True that.
Interesting. Big Sean in your face.
Oh, he was certainly in our face.
in more than one way.
Yeah, and I was not ready. Twice.
There would have been a whole lot of slut dropping and booty popping.
Yep. Especially by our friend Dylan. He was well in there.
Twerk it.
No, it's good value. But yeah, that's along the
solids.
lines of question wise. But yeah, just, you know, trying to
I like
learn
it.
a bit more parts that maybe we don't know about each other.
Rightio. So we will roll in. So what we're going to do is we're going to do round 3 of Ye Old English, and then we're probably going to park it for an episode or 2 and look to get a bit more traction with some of these new, obviously the challenges and the questions and stuff like that. And obviously it is relatively hard to continue to find words over and over and over again. So once we get a few of these, we'll start rotating through. So we'll do round 3, and then we'll park it for a couple of weeks, and then we'll bring it back into fruition. So I guess in the short term, this is going to decide who carries the crown for Ye Old English for a couple of weeks. So we're 1 apiece. I won last week. You won the first week. So being that I won last week, I'll let you kick off.
Right, mate. All right. Your first word for Ye Old English. It's that fucking old, I can't say it. Is gubbins.
Pardon me?
Gubbins.
Is that with like a G or a D?
With a hard G. Gubbins.
I mean, I can't even come up with some sort of fucked up thing for this, but I actually think I might know what this is, or I could be completely fucking wrong.
Hit me.
Are gubbins sort of like suspenders that are used to hold up, like pants?
Yep. Okay. Is that what you're going with?
Oh, yeah, that's what I've got.
Okay. Gubbins is similar to what your dick and fingers and tongue usually are. Is an object with little or no value.
That was very offensive, and I feel like that was a personal attack. But we'll carry on.
Yeah. I mean, that's what friends are for.
Your first word is biblioclept.
Biblioclept.
Biblio-
Clept usually means like. Fuck. What's a kleptomaniac? Can you give me that?
I don't know.
Biblioclept. Someone who's obsessive
Don't you think-
obsessive about the Bible.
I was just about to make a statement about how much we're helping people with their English until that dumb fucking answer came out of your mouth.
Fuck you, man. I'm trying. I'm trying.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good try. You would probably get what's considered to be a participation ribbon.
Yep.
But a biblioclept, in short, is a book thief. So someone who steals books.
Mm-hmm.
So you were on the right track. So Biblio, Bible, Biblio
Yeah,
relates
Bible,
to
yeah.
books. And then I don't know what kleptomaniac or whatever the fuck it is that you said, but
That's got to be
assuming it has
half a
something
point
to do
though.
with-
I said Bible. That's a book. That's half. I mean, it's half. It's the derivative word is Bible. So
This ain't no fucking charity case.
righto. All right. So your second word is fartlek. Fartlek.
Oh, I feel like you're just teasing me. I feel like we're playing just the tip.
Just
I feel like we're playing just the
to
tip.
see how it feels. Age-old game. Every teenage boy has played just the tip.
Just the tip. Just the tip, and then I'll stop.
Okay. Just to see how it feels. Oh, it feels great.
Fartlek. I feel again could be completely wrong. Could be well, but I feel like fartlek is like a old type of measurement, similar like a fathom. A fartlek is, I just don't know what it measures. Is it fathom? So I know fathoms is depth. Fathoms measures depth. So a fartlek would be a distance.
I mean, look, this is along the lines of the same thing. Like I said, Bible, you're on the right track, but it's not that. But like, it's almost worth half a point as well. It's an athletic training regime.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
So like the distance that you do an athletic training event in is a fartlek.
No.
Okay, so we're both fucked up the arse, but that's cool. Okay, this one I've got to try and remember how to pronounce this. Actually, I'm a little bit concerned that you might know what this is. Bruxism, or bruxism, if I said it quickly. Bruxism.
If you said it quickly.
Bruxism. Bruxism.
Bruxism. Bruxism. I don't know, man. Fuck, bruxism. I don't know. Bruxism.
Bruxism.
It's a jackal. Is it someone who likes causing fights and brouhaha? Bruxism? I don't fucking know.
Fuck no. Bruxism is involuntary and habitual grinding of the teeth.
Yeah, right.
So remember when you were talking about them kids before going and taking them marijuana tabs and stuff like that at the festivals when they go and do a drug? They get that bruxism when they're fucking getting that grind on. But obviously some people do that without substance abuse, which is less sad.
And also less interesting.
Yeah, much less interesting, a lot more of a boring life. But yeah, so I think like some people do it when they sleep.
Yep.
They grind their teeth and stuff like that. But a lot of people do it when they're also fucked
I
up.
was going to say, which is more interesting.
Yeah, much more interesting, and they have much more interesting stories to tell. So you tell me
All right.
what is better.
Definitely the drugs. Your third word is haphazard.
I went down the wrong pipe.
That's what she said.
Now I'm burping. Man, I feel like we read the same website and I still don't know what they mean. Haphazard. Haphazard or haphazard?
Haphazard.
Well, a hazard is like a potential incident or injury or something that could cause damage. Is a hazard.
You have a firm grasp of half the word.
Yeah, so potentially happy or happening. Haphazard. I'm going to say haphazard. Haphazard. How do you say it quickly? Haphazard.
Haphazard.
A preventable hazard would be a haphazard.
No, that's not what it is. So if you're haphazard, you are not well organised and you leave things to chance a lot. So if you were, like if I'm saving for a house, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna be getting a house soon, but I'm spending money haphazardly just on fucking whatever I want.
So potentially you're setting yourself up for a hazard to happen.
Correct.
With your actions, which is very similar to what my answer was. So
I mean,
okay, this one could be the make or break. Word 3. Troglodyte. Troglodyte.
just because you say it fast, it doesn't mean the comprehension comes.
Troglodyte.
Troglodyte. Oh man.
One is the lonely.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Damon Serword and Ye Old English with troglodyte. It's a person.
Yeah, I figured that from troglodyte.
So maybe, like if I want to give you a hint to potentially take the win, it would be the man used to live in the city and then he became a troglodyte.
Okay, that's like someone who prefers to be like a hermit or live away from others and on their own.
But where would they live?
In a trog. In the outskirts.
And what would you find in the outskirts?
A troglodyte.
Living where?
On the outskirts. No, I got that. What?
You've got like essentially yes, but it's specific to where they live.
Okay.
So a troglodyte is someone or something
Who lives under a bridge.
Very close, like a troll, but not that at all. someone or something that lives in a cave.
Yeah, right.
So I would imagine like maybe a vampire bat would be a troglodyte of an
or a
animal.
fucking bear.
Or rapists.
Oh, yeah.
Often troglodytes and pedophiles.
Yeah, pedophile. Yeah, right. Well, I feel like that was probably a tie. We probably had 2 half points each, would equal 1 point each. So we'll leave it at a tie.
Have you got a backup word? Have you got one more or not?
No, that's it for me, mate. I mean,
Okay, we'll go. You won first round. I won second round. Third round, was a fucking DQ from the stupidity.
Right.
That was good, but it was good. I actually really like that question thing.
That's
I'm
cool,
sort of trying to think. I'm sort of trying to think of a question, but I really got fuck all in my head.
I've-
I'm thinking about troglodytes.
Yeah, I've got something for you, man. Before we finish it off, do you want to get yourself a drink?
What, are you trying to make me take my clothes off or something?
I mean, we'll get into it. I mean, but
Like a full drink or just this?
just have a little bit more.
Like drink it now?
No, just have some because you're probably gonna need to have a think about it.
Oh my god.
Right, over the last 2 weeks, man, I've some may say like prank, but I'd probably say it's more like a social. What do you call it? A social
Masturbation?
social investigation on something. So you definitely aren't short of confidence, would you say?
I'd say it'd probably be maybe I have grown confidence, but as a kid I was never a confident person.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
So,
I mean, since we've been about 16, there's never been an issue where you've thought you would ever be alone or lonely.
when I,
If you know what I mean.
Gee.
Okay. Right. So to test that theory, I thought it would be very, very inappropriate to do this when you have a partner like set you up like a Tinder account, because that would be wrong. But I did happen to set you up a Grindr account for 7 days. I got a mate of ours who's a individual contractor who's in that world, and he proceeded.
I think I know exactly who the fuck you're talking about.
So he did this for me, pro bono, and he's crunched the data, and he's got back to me.
Wait.
It's okay. There's some rules. I'll get into it if you choose to hear about it. Trust me, there's some rules, and I'll get that. But
You're using an alias, but I'm assuming.
yeah, there's rules, mate. Just. I want you to have a sip of your drink, and I want you to mull the idea over. You can take. I can give you the blue pill, and we can take all this data and just throw that bitch in the ocean with your erectile dysfunction and your mama's titty, or you can take the red pill and learn about the facts about how you went.
So this is a podcast for some boundaries, and we're gonna put this shit in the boundary box. Righto, what do you got?
Right.
Hit me with
You
it.
want the red pill?
I'm not afraid.
Oh, good.
I'm not afraid.
Good, because I was going to do it anyway. It was a trick question. Righto. So the data's come back. It went for 7 days. It has been since deleted. There is no trace of it. It's gone.
You've already done it.
I've got the data here, bro. The numbers have been crunched.
You slippery cunt. You're really ripping the Band-Aid
Oh,
off.
yeah, man.
Like I was.
I'm gonna.
Okay, what do you got?
I'm gonna share it to you now. If you get your email up, I'll send it to you. TW David. Right.
This guy.
So you can. Yep. Anyway, so I'm reading it here. So I've got it here. So here's the rules, right? An alias name was used, so it wasn't your name. Okay. Rule 2 was there were photos from your real Instagram that you deemed appropriate for the fucking world. So you have no one to blame but yourself. And just so you know, one photo didn't pass Grindr guidelines. You fucking absolute grub. Clean your act up. Okay? And the third rule, which is the most important, there's absolutely no engagement from your account. You're not there messaging anyone. You're not replying to any messages. It's just an account sitting there with your photos, okay? So,
these are happy tears.
we're not here trying to hurt anybody's feelings, and we're both very, very open to the gay community, and we got gay friends. So it's just to test his theories of how great he is. Righto. So for the 7 days, oh yeah, your name on there was Connor with a lion emoji, because for some fucking reason you think you're a fucking lion even though you're a Pisces. By the way, I'm a Leo. I'm a lion. Anyway, so and
Well,
named
but
after your favorite UFC fighter, Conor McGregor.
Well, so do you not have a last name on Grindr?
No. Have you got the email yet? You should be able to see your profile and how it looked.
I'm gonna look at this in my own time
Okay.
in a dark room.
All right. So we've collected the thing. I want to give you unders overs of where you for the week. How many messages do you think you received?
What's the rate? Like, what's the home spot?
Mackay.
And what's the the radius?
Mackay.
Well, just out of interest, did the fucking idiot that set this up match me?
I just want. How many messages do you think you received in a week?
I don't know, man. I know that town pretty well. Like, there might be a lot of closets.
I was hoping to God, as soon as I mentioned this to you, you're like, I got so many fucking messages asking if I was gay.
I'm gonna go with. Actually, someone really messaged me out of the blue yesterday asking if I was okay. We'll talk about that offline. I'm gonna go with 3. 1 was a spam account and 2 were genuine.
Okay, cool. If you didn't have an ego problem, you certainly will now. You received 158 messages in a week.
Pew, 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 pew.
You received 105 taps, which I've been told are like pokes on Facebook. This is the real kicker. How many unsolicited pictures do you think you received?
Are they attached in the email? Because I'd be interested to know.
There's no pictures. There's no one's profile shared. We're not here out trying to expose anybody or anything like that. It's solely how you would go in that community.
I would imagine because you've asked the question, it would be a greater number than the pokes I got, which means that they're sending continual dick pics.
It's not. It wasn't that much. Trust me.
Okay, I'm gonna go with 25.
44.
I'm on the wrong side of the fence. That's the reality.
How many hookup requests do you think you received?
See, I don't think that on Grindr they would see me as a lifelong partner. They would be viewing me as a hookup. Just a bit of a rough and tumble night that you can forget about.
You were actually positioned as a bottom, so yeah.
Is that a thing?
It says it on your profile there, brother. You received 56 requests. And your average age demographic was 22 to 35 years old.
This really makes you think about the pathways you've chosen in life, but it also
This
makes me feel...
this is what I want to put. I think we need to put you on a float at Mardi Gras, brother. I think it needs to happen. Next year, Northview Royals float. Cammy D.
That's what... I don't know, man. They take heaps of them marijuana pills down there. Shit gets real homoerotic. That's not bad from you. That you've actually topped yourself of what your capabilities are. But let me just tell you, and you fuckers watching, you have really ripped the Band-Aid off on what this podcast is going to entail. But I tip my hat off to you, and I tip my hat off to your silent fucking investor that I know exactly who it is. I'm impressed. You've done well. I'm gonna scan the numbers.
Yep. I've sent you the data. There is some. You can see the pictures that we used. About me, just the great white snake.
Oh, how good! Nothing like a good old Dutch rudder to sort of a long night out, little over the pants wristy.
That's it, brother. But yeah,
what a way to end! What a way to end! I'm actually really, really impressed with that. You've outdone yourself. I'll give that to you. I'll acknowledge that.
No worries, brother. Righto, we'll wrap it up.
I liked it. That was a really, really good episode. I'm excited to see what the next one brings. And you fucking should be too. You should be sleeping with one eye open.
Brother,
is what you should be fucking doing.
Brother, I ain't scared of that shit.
Awesome. I liked it. All right. Peace out. Good episode.